Alright, so it has been a while. So bluegrass buddies that watch my channel cut me a little slack. Seriously, my hobby addiction uh, of beekeeping turned into a business, and now it's turned my mandolin playing into a pathetic excuse is basically what it's come down to. It's getting pretty bad these days, but it's your fault for not coming over to my house and working bees with me and playing bluegrass on the side. Anyways, let's get to some beekeeping, guys. That song is called Blackberry Blossom. I'm feeling 100% now, so I've got my energy back. And of course, we have some blackberry blossoms right here. The bees produce a prime light nectar that's a little fruity flavored coming off of the blackberry blossom. So that's just an awesome flow for us here. Man, they're just all over that one. I fertilized this plant a little bit, so it's a little bit bigger than normal. But they produce some delicious berries. Now, what I want to show you today is we were really blessed, and we had a video that went to 14,000 odd views and still climbing about swarming and how to prevent it. Now, to finish that off, what you need to do after about 6 days of what we did in that video, you need to come back into this colony, and then you need to go back underneath and make sure they're not trying to do it again. And oftentimes they do. You just cut the queen cells back out again or smash them, and just over and over until they stop the impulse. Of course, we alleviated some of the pressure by taking a frame of brood and the adhering bees, and we put it into this little colony. If you watch the video, they were really tiny. They were really young. Check on them now. And we're only a few weeks removed. That's looking a lot better to me. A whole lot better. And I checked it earlier, and it had 4 frames with brood in it. They're on their way up. This honey flow definitely is not hurting anything. So this colony over here, they have not swarmed, which was the main goal. Now, this is not a full-size honey production colony, but by the looks of things, they're drawing on this well. We're going to be able to leave them these 2 bottom boxes here, and then we're going to have probably this full of honey, so we'll get a deep box of honey off of this medium-sized colony. So I'm more than happy with that. Honey is not our main money-making product anyways. Alright. So let's check this mating nuke. This is the other thing that I really wanted to check out. And just real quick, I made this split a while ago. It was, let's see, it was 4/18 of this year. So that, it's been about 2 weeks or so, and I had a cell in here, and with a couple frames of bees, and this is just a mating nuke, and we're going to see if she's come back, and that's what all of these are. Alright. You can see there's very good bee coverage. This is so important when you deal with small hive beetles. Wax moths aren't as big of a problem. A lot of people are going to tell you that wax moths are a big deal. They are not. Wax moths were a big deal when they were introduced like 120 years ago, or whenever that was. It's been over a century. They're not a problem anymore. Alright, let's get these guys going. As long as you have good, healthy bees, good bee coverage, yellow jackets, wax moths, all those things don't stand a chance. A lot of people will argue with me on that, but trust me, I've seen bees kill those things left and right. Alright, so we've got a frame of mostly stores, but see how the bees are really gentle? They look like they have a purpose. They do have a purpose. This tells me that they have a queen. It might not be one that's laying a lot. Look at all that nectar they're putting in there. Now, I did have a pretty good bit of honey on this frame when I put it in here, but they're also bringing some in. Oh yeah, and there's just bees down in here doing their waggle dance. I think I see the queen on the adjacent frame. Yep, there she is. Alright, she's actually almost here at the top. She looks fat, so she's laying. Let me get that out so you can see her. Ooh. But see how they're acting like they have a purpose. There she is. Right there. Nice, fat, yellow queen. And brand spanking new. I don't know if the lighting's good there. I'm going to get her in a little brighter lighting. Maybe that'll help a little bit. But yeah, she's a really great queen to look at. Now, the brood pattern will say everything, but she's laying a lot of eggs. I can see them down in there. And that's all I need for this inspection. I'm seeing stores along the outer edges. The eggs are, I don't see anything past egg size, so which she shouldn't have started laying for, but maybe just a few days ago. So this is exactly what I expected. I really like it when that happens. But you can see that bee coverage right there. There's extra bees. This is so important. Also keep in mind, if there's a dearth going on and you don't have nectar, these things are going to starve really quick. And even if the queen is a good one, she'll be laying, but they'll just be cannibalizing that brood and those eggs because they just can't afford the nutrition to raise those bees. There's not very many foragers coming out of this hive. It's just a couple here and there. But during a strong flow, they can sustain themselves. But this colony is going to be in a dearth period in about a month from now. And there's no way it's going to be at a sustainable, healthy size at that point. Now, likely what I'm going to do with this colony is use the queen for a big colony, and I can use those frames to either, one, continue this mating nuke after she's got the brood going good, and just put another cell in here when I remove her. I put the cell in the same day as when I take the queen out. And then I can take that queen, put her in a cage, and put her into a colony, or I can just keep beefing this one up and feed it through the dearth period. But no, there's no way this thing is going to survive through our dearth period in summer. So I just wanted to show you a couple things. Also, I wanted to tell you about something that we have up and coming. We have a flow hive box, not actually the box, but just the flow frames, and we're going to be using that this year. I think it's going to be really interesting. It's a really neat product. It's not practical whatsoever, and I know this is a very argumentative subject, but it shouldn't be. I think one of the cool things about beekeeping, being a woodworker and a beekeeper, is all the different styles of equipment. Now, a lot of them don't make any sense to me for what I'm trying to do as a business. However, for a hobbyist, a flow hive might be really neat to have, and just, it's kind of like with mandolins. You can buy a mandolin like mine that's a professional grade mandolin. I got it for around 2,000 bucks. You can buy the same mandolin that might even have, from a different company with a big name, and you can pay $20,000-$30,000 for a brand new one, and the sound might not even be as good, but it has the name. So there's a lot of different ways to slice the orange. So we're going to tell you all about how the flow hive works for us, problems that we have, things to watch out for, give you some advice on how to maybe use it in the future if you decide to. Thanks for watching our videos. Any comments or questions? And you know what? No more insults. I'm tired of those. I've had it way up to here. Thanks for watching our videos.